This is the ID6 and the ID4, made by Volkswagen, both electric. There's ID3, ID5, and so on. There's going to be so on, so let's believe that. Electric cars don't have engines, so they had to make use of the trunk. The car has a charging battery capacity of 52 kilowatts, which could take you around 200 to 420 kilometers on range from one city to another. This is like from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi to Dubai, Dubai to Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi, maybe twice or thrice before a full charge. This video has been sponsored by Hamidi Motors. They have the best deals in brand new cars, luxury cars, and they always give you a very good price. The link is in the description. Remember, please contact them and tell them thank you from Define Luxury. I appreciate that. Thanks and keep watching. So this is the ID4 Plus. When going with electric cars, it's not always advisable to give it a whole full charge. Maybe charge it 80 or 90%, which gives the battery long lasting. This headlight displays actually glow in the night. Very beautiful. You can see the picture up there. An electric car, you don't expect engines, you expect a frunk. It's not a trunk, it's a frunk. You get it? It's been discovered that in hotter climates, the batteries on EV cars last longer and could go longer than in colder climates. So, in this kind of area where we're in the deserts, hitting around 40-something degrees during the summer, this will be your best bet. Saves you gas. Gas is going up worldwide, so why not go for an EV? Come on. In the frunk, they utilized it very well, and I'm going to show you why shortly. Underneath here, you have vents, which is not to cool the engines, but to cool the batteries. There's also a vent here too by the side, which will cool the chassis and the brake pads. Yes, that is very real and thoughtful of Volkswagen. Road reading sensor cameras there. Now look at the size of this car. The Pure Plus clearly written by the side. If it's the first edition, you see it there. If it's the Pro, it's clearly written there. These are the ways to identify the car from the side. Foldable side mirrors. It has your 22-inch rims. For the first edition, you will not get the 22-inch rims, you get a 20-inch rim. Nice brake pad design there too. I kind of like the rims. It looks like the Toyota RAV4. When it comes to electric cars, only one brand comes to mind. That was like 2-3 years ago. You have the Tesla. Slowly before that, you had Audi, Mercedes. Guess what? All other brands now are coming into the electric market. I think it's going to take over, but most people just prefer those engine noise. This alloy here, there's no footrest here, although the car is not so high, so you don't really need a footrest before you get into it. It looks very good from the side. The brake lights comes all the way down here, all the way down to the side of it, which is good. I like the sloping design on the top. Kind of it is the in thing, the in thing. The rear of this car has your antenna there. I said something about the sloping design, and I don't know if that might be a difficulty because this rear glass looks very tiny. I don't know if it might be an issue for the driver. One thing I like is this nice digital brake light display behind it, which runs all the way through to the other end. The cross written behind, the ID4 written here. This also glows at night. I don't know what this means. It looks Chinese. If you know the meaning, please let me know in the comment display down there. As an electric car, one thing you have to understand, it's not going to come with exhaust. So you have some diffusers down here. Although the design looks so great, and I kind of like it. What do you guys think? Let me know. Now, let's check the boot space and how big it is. At the hit of a button, it pops up. Yeah, takes time, but not so long. Very massive boot space. Very, very, very. Like, I haven't seen a big boot space like this in a while. Probably because it's an electric car. Your electric chargers, your hazard kits, and so on and so forth. For Tesla, you have to buy this at an additional price. I hope you're aware of that. This car actually starts at 140,000 dirhams. So yeah, if you come to Hamidi, they might give you a very good price for it. It's actually a 16 amps electric charger, which is universally accepted, which means you can actually find a charging port easily for this car. Whether you're in the wilderness, the trenches, the suburbs, or the city, depends. These are actually detachables, like not all cars, but these ones are actually detachables. You can actually get them off to provide more boot space for you, and also you can attach them back. Comes with some inner lights there, which gives you vision at night or where there's less vision for you to maneuver your way inside the boot and see what you're handling. For the boot space, it's pretty massive, like I said earlier. One thing I noticed, I can see how far I'm sitting and my legs can actually touch the ground, which means it's not so high. The car is pretty low for an SUV, so you will not really have difficulties getting things in and out of this boot. So it's pretty acceptable for me. But they should have, since it's an electric car, I know bringing it up would have created less space, but taking this obstacle a little bit lower would have saved you a lot of stress when getting things in and out. Since it's plastic, you might get a little bit of scratches on the long run on those parts of it. And to close the boot by the hit of a button takes time. Yes, I know, but it does its job. The back seat. Mainly getting here, you notice there's a lot of space. You see how far it is. And one thing you notice first before all the space is this low barrier here. You know why? Because since it's an electric car, I know I'm beginning to sound like a broken record now, just telling you it's an electric motor, but because there's no exhaust on this car, they gave you extra space down there so that you don't have to find barriers when switching seats in the back. It's so convenient for you. You have your air vents here, your Type-C USB chargers there, and what I can find here is cup holders. I don't know why they don't have cup holders at the back seats, but in the ID first edition you have cup holders there. I don't know why this, which is supposed to be the upgraded version, doesn't have it. Your child seat locks. Seat belts just by the side. Have a little bit of glass there by the side too to give you vision. Some of the little bit of things in here feel cheap, like this plastic behind. Door handles quite there. Have extra space on my head. Light there. It looks great. Pretty decent. When it comes to electric cars, it always goes for simplicity, and you still really expect much when it comes to electric motor vehicles. So yeah, pretty decent. What do you think? The back seat gave us adjustable headrests. Unlike Mercedes, Audi, and all those other luxury brands, you have them automatic, but this is actually manual. But it doesn't go higher than this, and it doesn't go lower than that. Same also goes for the other passengers. These ones could also go lower. I'm still finding that rear view a little bit claustrophobic. I can't see a lot of space down there from over here, which is the back seat. Probably the driver's display might give us some other options. Let's watch to the end to find out. Like, you are supposed to give us cup holders, Volkswagen. Okay, if you didn't give us cup holders, you gave us door bins by the side. Pretty decent, not so big, but yes, although still plastic, leather, aluminium. Nice tone designs on it. The front seats, the door handles. There are two ways to open this door handle. There's an electric hit there. When you hit it, it opens. Yeah. But it gets tricky also. If you pull it, sorry, let's do this again. If you pull it up, you can actually raise it like the traditional handles, which gives you your key space there for you to put in your key and unlock the car manually in case the battery is totally dead and it doesn't give you these whole electric options. But let's go with this new technology. Hit that button and it opens wide. Driver's door has some nice functions. You have your power windows, which you can lower, adjustable buttons for the side mirrors. It also gives you heated mirrors in case you have a clog on that side mirror. There are buttons here which you could use to clear that off. Door beams pretty decent if you ask me. Big enough. Can even sit a large bottle there. Plastic handles, plastic down there, leather, aluminium, perfect. Has your ID written down there too. Some nice adjustable buttons here on the side. This lowers your backrest. Actually gives me some lumbar support on my lower back. I can actually feel it while sitting on this chair and it feels so good. The steering is totally adjustable. You know, you can push it down, push it up, push it forward, back. Very adjustable. Your gears are actually on the side of it. Not used to that on other cars, but on the long run you totally get used to it. Steering is pretty decent. Nice leather feel onto it. Looks small, gives me so much clear vision in front of me. Check out the info heads display. Has some buttons on the side. Has your fog headlights display there. Headlight buttons there. Has your wipers buttons there by the side. That's the gear shift. All these buttons all have haptic displays. Cruise control mode, your volume controls, all gives you haptic feedbacks when you hit on them. It's pretty decent. Yes, the battery is kind of low right now on this car, which is like 7%, but I can guarantee you it could go for a range of, you'll find out soon before the end of this video. Brings us to the front seat. As you can see, this interior, it looks great. It's actually beeping because the car is on park right now and there's a door open. A very big LED display for the infotainment, and it's very minimal driver's display. The car has parking assist, it has brake assist. The climate control gives you haptic feedback. When you touch it, it vibrates. It gives you clean air technology, which filters the air coming into this car externally. Let's say there's a kind of foul smell from outside. It doesn't get into it when you put in the clean air technology button there. The driver's assist, which the car automatically brakes when you are in a particular distance in front of another car, which prevents tailgating. The eco mode comforts the sports, and you can also customize it to your everyday driving experience. Depends on how you want to use it. As you can see, there's this driving profile for it, whereby you log in your profile being the owner, or you have to share the car with someone else. You log in your functions into this car, and depends on the profile, it adjusts the seats, the driving experience, the side mirrors display, and other functions about this car for your profile. If you can have maybe you and someone else sharing, whenever you get into the car, when you log in your profile, it does the necessary movements for you. I have a nice cup holders here, pretty decent. Yeah, pretty decent cup holders. The Define Luxury water bottle, pretty firm, holds it into place. We could also take your coffee cups too. There's a little bit of opening here too, and which also spreads down here. Two ways. You could open it from this side, gives you space here, or you open it from here, which gives you extra space. Gives you wireless charger down there. See? I can put my phone there, and it actually charges. USB-C cables, USB-C plug-in. You have your door beams, pretty decent size. Air vents running. I like the design. It looks like a BMW kind of design, which runs through from this side to the end, giving you these three type of designs. This is leather, nice stitch up there. This is aluminium, feels like plastic, but it's supposed to be aluminium, and this is plastic. It feels so big inside. SUV, more space. Night vision lights. Sensitive, just touch the glass and it turns on. You have your SOS buttons, your maintenance call there. At the swipe of this button, the roof starts popping back and forth. Slide this back too, and you can actually slide the glass on it. Nice space there, not so bad. Yeah, can actually go all the way back. Can it? No, that's the end. Totally stops there. I don't know why. Could have made it longer since it gives you extra space there, but since it's a sloping design, probably that's why it's stopping there. So far, as an electric vehicle, I would always pick this over a Tesla. Why? It's economical. It's easy to operate. It gives you 2 displays, a lot of space inside. But there's one problem, and that's what we call the frunk. Not the trunk, the frunk. This gives other electric cars an upper hand over this car. Let's check it out. And this is because of the frunk. We don't call it trunk when it comes to electric cars, we call it frunk. The ID4 did not give us extra space. Instead, they utilized the space to create coolants. They utilized the frunk to give extra coolant for the batteries. There's a fan there, a turbine fan, electronical guidance there, which enables the enhancement and the performance of this vehicle. So far, my verdict for this car, first of all, it's an electric car. It's good for the environment and it's affordable, not as expensive as the Teslas and other bigger names like the Audis and the BMWs. Not bad actually. Has a lot of space inside. The materials in the finishing, not so great, but it looks modern. It drives well. It has assist. Saves you time. Yeah, you should consider it. If it's not a must buy, you should consider it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to continue supporting us so we could keep delivering good videos for you guys.